everybody. This is Dana with CoachDanaInspires.com, and we are so excited that you're here today. We have a wonderful interview today with Lisa Apolinski, and we are just excited about what we're going to be talking about. So today is Tuesday. It is Business Inspiration. For those who don't know who I am, I'm a coach that I work with women entrepreneurs. I help them find their value, charge what they're worth, and then change people's lives. So we're excited about today. And today happens to be all about our guest, and that would happen to be Lisa. So Lisa, thanks so much for being here. How are you doing? How's the family?
I'm doing well. And I have to say it, May the 4th be with you.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Gotta do it.
So much. Yep. This is good. We always have to keep those things rolling. So
that's right.
Excellent. So has COVID treated y'all pretty good? Yes, everybody's well in your family?
We're doing well. I got really sick from my second vaccine shot. I don't know if anyone else experienced that. Nobody else that I know had a bad reaction. And I had a temperature of 100 for like 2 days. So
oh dear.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
But I'm doing way better now. So
yeah. I've had people have no reaction from the second shot, and then I've had people who were down for 3 or 4 days. So just
totally random. It seems like it's totally random. Yeah.
Pretty interesting. Yeah, but I'm glad you're doing well now. Yay, that's great. So you talk to people all the time. Your clients, other business people. So what do you see them saying? What are these folks talking about, or how are they feeling? They're positive. We're past a year now of the COVID excitement. So people on the positive side are still hesitant. What do you think?
I think they are cautiously optimistic, and rightly so. We're seeing some spikes happening again in Oregon and Washington, and there's still a little bit of hesitancy, but things are starting to open up. And I'm sure, as you know, things are starting to move. We're seeing more travel. I'm seeing fellow speakers that are going out and doing keynotes again. Yay! Trade shows are getting scheduled. So there's definitely some cautious optimism.
Right.
But there's still a little bit of hesitancy, and people don't want to just spend money, even though they're itching to do so, right?
Right.
So there has to be a reason why they're going to spend their money on your products and services.
Yeah, I agree wholeheartedly. Absolutely. And, as a speaker, I want to go. Zoom is fabulous. Embracing Zoom has really changed so many of our business. I mean, this is never going to go away now. Used to, it was kind of like, oh yeah, Zoom is kind of cool, but not really how I do my business. But now it's such a cool way of doing business, but there's nothing like being live.
There is nothing like being in front of audience. I love speaking in front of audience of 10 to 15,000 people and actually looking at people and speaking to them.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the most frustrating, I'm just going to throw this in here, Lisa, for those viewers who are out there, when you're at a conference and people turn off their cameras. I don't want to talk to a bunch of headshots. I really want to talk to people, even if they're going, and then maybe I could make them laugh or, think or something, but the headshot thing, show me your dog. I don't know.
Anything.
So we're going to be talking about the power of storytelling in our digital content and why that really makes your content something that your prospects really want to read. I mean, they really want to hear this stuff. So as entrepreneurs and business owners, what can we do to really leap into this, to make a change?
Yeah, absolutely, Dana. So this shouldn't be a surprising statistic that I read. I think it was in Kinsta, that we had the most digital content consumption this last year during the pandemic. It went up, I think, like 40% above what they were expecting it to be. So,
wow.
And I don't see that changing anytime soon. I think when you get into that habit of grabbing content, you kind of get addicted, right?
Yeah.
So there's a lot of content that people are looking for, and there's a lot of content that's being produced, but not all content is created equally. If you're
Uh,
looking for a way to make your content a must read, not I happened on it, but something that people are actually searching for. And this can be for anybody. I don't care what business you're in, you can still do this because you're in business because somebody had a need for your products and services.
right.
So there is a story there. People are hardwired for stories. If you think about when you were young and you were read to at bedtime, we go to the movies, we read books, we're hardwired for these stories. We have an understanding of how a story unfolds. It's hardwired in our brains, and we're very receptive to stories. So why not use the path that's already been laid out and make your content into a story versus just blah, 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 products and services, blah, 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 features and benefits. And when you get into powerful digital storytelling, because they're again, just like not all content is created equally, not all storytelling is done equally either.
Right.
When you get
Right.
into an actual formula, and in my latest book, Persuade with a Digital Content Story, and you can see my little poster behind me.
Oh, and do you have a copy of that book handy dandy? Sorry to interrupt you.
Ta-da!
Ta-da! Okay, we'll come back to that in a minute. Yay. Okay, go ahead.
So
Sorry.
there's a formula to make sure that the way that you're creating your story is powerful and relatable to your audience, because that's what you want. You want to touch, move, and inspire your audience and have them go, oh, I can see myself winning or succeeding in this story. I need to contact this company to make that happen.
Right, right. And so, Lisa, do you think, um, with this COVID thing going on, it's especially important? The COVID thing is starting to wane a little bit, not in some places and more in others, but so that makes it even more important. And really, why is that? Why especially now that we've been online, we're going for digital all the time. So why is it especially just we really got to concentrate on that now and make a difference in our business with doing this?
Yeah, absolutely. So I think digital content is a frontier that has yet to be truly explored. So businesses have tapped into it a little bit, but think about this, that a powerful story, a relatable story can increase your revenue by as much as 3 times what your original sale is. Yeah. Yeah. Because there's a trust and there's an understanding of how your services and products can help that audience be successful, get over their roadblocks. And the other interesting thing is digital content, you can create it and you can post it. It doesn't have to cost you anything. Who doesn't want to do things that are free that get them business? I don't understand why you wouldn't want to do that. And when you follow a formula, and I'm a huge proponent of formulas. I think when you have a formula and it's proven and it works, if you got something that works, you just do it again and again and again and again and get really good at it, right? So when you use the formula that's in the book, it actually helps you to quickly and precisely lay out your story. And you should be doing storytelling whether or not we're in a pandemic, whether or not we're in an economic boom, whether or not we're in, aliens invading or a zombie apocalypse. This should be part of your habit that you always do, because when things are good, you'll be able to get a lot of market share and a lot of people coming in. And when things are not so good, people are still buying. It's not like all the money stopped being spent. It's being spent. It's just that there are fewer people who are purchasing. So how do you position your company to be the one that they go to and continue to go to for their products and services?
Yeah, I love that. I love that. So, I'm going to throw maybe a curveball at you here, but can you give us kind of an example of changing this content to maybe a story. I mean, make something up. I don't care, but just give us an example.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So let's say you're in the construction industry. Okay. And I actually just did an article for Composites Weekly. So you're selling, let's say you're doing shower and tub installs.
Sure.
Okay. And that's real popular right now. Everyone's remodeling and building new houses. I don't know how it is by you, but over here it's just mayhem.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like house goes on the market, it goes in like a day.
Oh, before it's listed. Yeah.
So you could sit there and you could talk about how your tub installation is can be done in a day. And you've seen these commercials, right? The tub installation can be done in a day, and we have financing, and it comes in a variety of colors, and blah 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 blah. Take that content and let's flip it. Let's say you're targeting someone who's older and they want to remove the tub and put in a shower for safety. Right. You can talk about how, you'll never forget the call you got from Gina, this woman in her 80s who really was starting to get concerned about stepping over the tub to get in the shower, and rightly so. She had heard that some of her friends had fallen, and she didn't want to become one of those statistics.
Right.
But she also because she's older, she wanted to make sure the company she was going to bring in was going to be safe. They were going to follow COVID guidelines. They were going to help her with financing, and they weren't going to leave a mess when they were done, because again, she had heard horror stories from some of her friends about trying to get something installed and it wasn't done properly and it wasn't sealed and they left a mess. And because of your process, there's an inspection that happens afterwards where everything is checked by a secondary person, including that the bathroom is exactly as, is clean when they leave.
Right, right.
You also have a process that can help Gina go through financing. So she was actually able to look at her options and pick the best finance solution for her. And it was a conversation, not a sales pitch.
Right.
And lastly, now she has a shower that is safe, that she knows will be reliable and isn't going to break down because the quality of the materials is there, including a warranty. And she knows that if she has a question or problem, she can pick up the phone and someone will come to her house and help her.
Yeah, I buy that.
Yeah, that's a very different conversation. You're still sharing the same stuff, but you're putting it from what your audience got by working with you. And that's really where you want to focus. I think we stop at the whole features and benefits, and we don't want to help our audience get over that to this is what I got out of this. This is what it solved for me in terms of the products and services.
Right. And a lot of times when you put a name to something, now I don't know Gina, but suddenly I kind of see this woman of experienced age and wanting to be safe. I can picture someone either that I've known or in my family that might be in her same situation.
Right. And you don't have to be Gina. You could be Gina's caregiver or Gina's daughter, right? Or granddaughter, and say, I want my grandmother to be safe. And now I know that I can call these people, and I feel like there's a partnership there, and it's not just me bringing good luck, grandma.
Yeah. Bye. Yeah, I love that. And that makes so much sense. And I think, and I think in stories, that's how I do things, which infuriates some people. But again, I can't tell you the facts without telling you some kind of story about it. But there are people who I just give me a bullet point, blah, blah, blah. And I have seen content where there is a story, and then you can also, for those who feel it's necessary, can't you give a little bullet point of
absolutely,
results or benefits or and it all, so you can benefit both types of brain waves, and it's the story relators that you're really reaching out to and touching.
Exactly. Exactly.
I love that because
Yeah, you can reiterate features and benefits, but then tie it back into your story.
Right.
Always
Right.
pull it back into that story and your main character, your hero. Gina's the hero in my story, right? Not the bath and tile company. It's Gina. Gina succeeded. Gina got from point A to point B.
Yeah. Yeah. And safely and well taken care of, and
Exactly.
we can help you. So
Yeah.
I love that. That is super, super good. So Lisa, there's probably some mistakes that people have made. So what's the biggest mistake you see that companies make when they are developing their digital stories? They got to be making.
Yeah, there's one big mistake, and it's just because the hero role is so juicy. Everyone wants to be the hero. The hero is not the company, is not, it's the hero is your client. When you, as the company, put yourself in the role of hero, your audience automatically shows up for the story in a different role. So if you think about what I was talking earlier, that we're hardwired for stories.
Yeah.
If I say Luke Skywalker, I'm going to do it. You're going to think Obi-Wan, right? Right? There's a balance there. You have the hero and then you have the mentor. If I say Superman, you're going to think Lois Lane. You have the hero and the damsel in distress. So there's three main characters that you always want in your story. And I go into this in the book. You obviously want a main character. You need someone who's going to actually propel the story. That's your hero. And again, it's not you. That is your client that you're demonstrating your products and services.
Right.
It has to be a nemesis, right? Otherwise, it's not a story. There's got to be something that it stops the hero from succeeding. And then you have the mentor character, which is you. Because if your hero could do it without the mentor character, if the hero could do it without your company, they wouldn't be hiring you.
Right.
They would just do it. So when you let your audience relate to the hero of the story, because they're not going to be able to relate to you as the hero,
right?
Because they're hiring you.
Yeah.
So you want to make sure that your audience can put themselves in the role of hero and say, well, if that person can do it, I can do it too. That's a very different conversation than, oh my God, we're all going to die. The sky is falling. I better call them.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, and that feels good. And I like the idea of making your client the hero.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It instills hope. It instills hope, right?
Right. I can get you there, but you're the one who's got to make that decision and got to.
Right.
I
can guide you, but you're the one who's going to ultimately succeed. So I'm here as your Sherpa to help you with my knowledge and expertise and experience, but I'm not here to do it for you. I'm here to help you with my tools and my products and services to get to where you want to go. And then that journey is yours.
Super good. Yeah. Super good. I just really like that. And do you, is there one thing you could recommend that companies do today? And I mean today, like do it today, you guys.
Absolutely. Today. I can totally recommend something. Again,
that can create those persuasive stories.
Yes. Look at take one piece of your digital content, something that maybe didn't get the sharing or comments or traffic that you were looking for.
Okay.
And if you were going to write it out as a script and hand it to somebody, who would have said those lines?
Oh.
9 times out of 10, it's that you've cast yourself as the hero and you've talked about you.
Yes.
If you use a lot of we, I, our company, you're putting yourself in the hero role. If you talk about my client, Gina, what she got, and you're not talking about yourself, then you've allowed Gina to be the hero. So take just one piece of content. And if you flipped it where you're speaking as a narrator, talking about what your client got out of it and just rewrite it And it's flipping it from a different angle. That's all you're doing. You're
Yeah.
looking at it from a different angle, and you can do that in like an hour. Look at your piece of content, see, if you cast it, if you give someone a script who would have read it. And if you're like, oops, I really was talking about myself, flip it and rewrite it and repost it. And then see what kind of engagement you get. Yeah.
Have Morgan Freeman read it and then see what,
yeah.
Pretend like he's the one reading it. And you can go, oh, I see where this could be better. Yeah. Absolutely. What a great idea. And it's so, I don't think it's simple like, you do have to take some time. You have to work at it. But your book, show your book again there so folks can see it. Yay. Oh, it looks like the poster behind you. Yay! Okay, so with this book, people can learn the steps on how to change their content so that people want to see it, want to read it, want to know more about it.
Yep. It goes into the formula for setting up your content as a story, and there is a formula. And each piece of the formula needs to be in there if you really want it to have the power of persuasion. And then I also go through the 8 great stories. We'd love to think that there's all sorts of stories in Hollywood. There's really only 8 of them that they just get reused over and over and over.
Yeah. Yes. And that's very true. I can tell you, back in the day, we don't watch TV anymore, and that's just because we're weird and we don't watch it. But back in the day, I remember watching TV with my dad, and he'd say, well, this is going to happen, that's going to happen, and that's going to happen. And I'm like, no way, Pops. And then by the end of the show, it happened just exactly. I said, how did you know? And he goes, and he would jokingly say, I helped write the script. But now as an adult, I say, oh, that's going to happen, that's going to happen, and that's going to happen.
Exactly.
Because, it's usually the same thing over and over again. And it's the ones that have the compelling stories, as you point out, are the ones that we're going to remember and we're going to be attracted to and want more information about. And we can use this. It's not just for TV or theater. It is for business writing.
Absolutely.
Getting those clients to come to us.
And it's for any of your content. Even a tweet or a Facebook post or a video, blog, even a photo. Even photos are telling a story.
Yes. Yeah. We don't think about it, but it does. Absolutely. Yeah. Wow, Lisa, I think we could be here for days.
Oh yeah.
This is such good stuff. But our 25 minutes is fast and furious. And so let me just share Lisa's information. Lisa is super gracious, just willing to give you some information. So let's just, see if I can get my technology to work. Ta-da! Lisa Apolinski, here's her phone number, her email, and the website. Take a look. Go take a look at that. The book has great content, really step-by-step. You guys really can use this book right away. You don't need to fiddle-faddle around. It's usable today. So take a look at this.
And really if I can, I'm happy to give something to the audience. So I have, I think about 20, the Audible version of my book came out. And they give you a bunch of free codes for that. I think I have 20 for the US and 20 for the UK. Okay. If you send me an email asking for it, I will send you the code and you'll be able to download my Audible book for free. One thing I would ask is if you can write a honest review of what you thought of the book. I'm always looking for feedback. And I don't need 5 stars. I'd rather you tell me, yeah, it was actually awesome than, yeah, sure. You don't have to be my mom saying, you're fantastic.
Well, I'm going to guess that you're going to get good reviews, and what a gracious offer. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
So email Lisa right there, Lisa at 3dogwrite.com.
Mm-hmm.
So email her, get that free digital copy of that book. Super great. Wow. Thank you so much. Lisa, that's such a lovely offer. Thank you. So we're going to wrap it up until next Tuesday. And in between now and Tuesday, if I can be of any service to you, please, there's my information down below. You can call me, email me. I am more than happy to help you out, answer questions. So Lisa, this has been great fun. I've enjoyed this. I know our viewers have enjoyed it as well. Thank you so much, and everybody have a great day. Thank you, Lisa.
Thank you.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.